is Ivan, and in this video I will walk you through my cloud-based blog publishing application that I deployed using AWS Academic Learner Lab. I will cover the architecture, key implementation steps, and some personal reflections on what I learned throughout the process. Let's start the architecture. As you can see from this diagram, I designed a simple but scalable architecture using AWS Core Service. At the identity layer, I use the predefined lab role IAM role, which provides secure and controlled access to AWS services like EC2, RDS, CloudWatch, and more. Inside my virtual private cloud, I create both public and private subnets spread across two availability zones to ensure high availability. In the public subnet, I deployed my EC2 web server, which hosts the blog application. The private subnet contains an EBS value for additional file storage and an Amazon RDS MySQL database, which stored blog content and user data. To manage traffic, I attach an internet gateway for public access. An NAT gateway was used to let the private subnets access the internet securely. I also set up security groups to allow only HTTP and SSH traffic to EC2 instance and restricted database access to internal traffic. This setup ensures that my application is secure, scalable, and fault tolerant. And you can see from the screen, I use the lab role provided by AWS Academic, which made permission management simple. It already have places for EC2, RDS, and other services, so I didn't need to create new roles or keys. This is the permission policies from AWS. Then task 2 is for VPC and EC2 web server setup. As you can see, I create a customer VPC with subnets and row tables and launch an EC2 instance. Use Amazon Linux to AMI. I connected via SSH and installed Apache and PHP to run my blog application. After uploading the website file, I test access through the browser using the in-case public IP. And you can see the subnets, internet gateway, NTA gateway, row tables are created. And this is for security groups. The two groups from HTTP and SSH. And for task 3, the blog features includes a homepage displaying posts, a form to submit new entrants, backend logic connecting to the database. I wrote the PHP code myself and test all interactions to make sure they were working correctly. As you can see from the screen, I open the link and it shows it works. And this is the index PHP. And this is a form. Then for instance scaling and monitoring to improve availability, I enable termination protection on the instance. I upgraded to a larger instance tab for better performance. I configured CloudWatch to track CPU usage and set alarm for performance monitoring. And for task 5, storage expansion and backup. As you can see, I created a new EBS value, attached it to the instance, and mounted under MNT data. This allows my app to store median false and logs separately from the root value. I also took an EBS snapshot to create a backup for future recovery and reuse. Then the next part, database integration. I launched a MySQL RDS instance in the private subnet. After setting up the database subnet group and security group, I connected to the web server using PHP connector. Now all the block content is stored and retrieved from the database securely. Auto scaling and load balancing. This is task 7. And this is the task 6 for database created. And this is a connection with RDS database. Then let's go to the next part. I created an AMI from the EC2 instance and used it in a launch template. Then I set up an auto scaling group and the application load balancer. And this is a target group setup. Which distribute traffic to multiply instances based on health checks. This setup ensures my blog can handle increased traffic and maintain availability. This project really helped me understand how cloud applications are built and managed. I have learned the importance of subnet isolation for security, how to set up end-to-end network in AWS, how to monitor and score application in the cloud. And I initially had trouble connecting to the RDS database. After checking the security group settings, I realized I had a long traffic from the EC2 security group. Also, my EBS value didn't mount correctly at first, but I resolved by formatting the values with mkfs command and updating the fs tab file. And that's all. Thank you for watching my video.